everyone, today I'm gonna be reacting to another of my old Top 5 Wednesday videos. So a couple of weeks ago, basically in honor of the Top 5 Rewind month, I did a video where I was revisiting one of my old Top 5 Wednesday videos, kind of in honor of my revisiting old favorites. Why is everything in honor? I don't know. Anyway, so while I was going through my Top 5 Wednesday list to find which one I wanted to react to back then, I found another video that I thought would be fun to react to, and that is the top 5 authors I want to read more books from. And I just thought it would be interesting to see if I actually ended up reading more books by any of these authors. This was filmed last year in April, so it's been, you know, a little over a year since I did that video, and I had plenty of time to read more by any of these authors. I truly don't remember. I think Marcus Zusak might be on this list. Other than that, I don't remember, and I truly also can't think of any. Like, I genuinely cannot think of authors that I would include on this list. I can always think of authors that I know are on my I wish this author would publish more books list, but authors where I kind of want to catch up on their published works, I honestly don't know. So I'm super interested myself to see what I'm gonna say in this video, so we're just gonna get into it together. This week's topic are your top 5 authors you want to read more from, and this topic is really a topic where you read one or just a few books of an author and you want to read more of their work. And I only choose authors that already have other stuff published that I just have not picked up yet for whatever reason. Now that I'm seeing this video and I am seeing Everything Leads to You facing out, which by the way, it does again at the moment, I think Nina LaCour might be on this list as well. My number 5 is Cecilia Ahern, and this one I do have to say, I read a lot of her books. I think at some point I was actually caught up with all of her published books, but now I have not read any of her books for a really, really long time, so I really just want to catch up with her more recent stuff. I don't even know if I would still enjoy them anymore, but I kind of was used to listening to the audiobooks, the German audiobooks, because I always really, really liked the narrator for these ones. So I feel like I should just get back into the habit of listening to these audiobooks, you know? I don't have to read the physical copies. I could just continue listening to the audiobooks, and I would really like to do that because I actually really genuinely enjoyed all of her books so much. Like, there were a few that I loved more than others, but there was never a book that I didn't like, and so I really want to read the rest of her stuff and kind of stay on top of what she publishes, except for maybe her YA dystopian series. Not really interested in that. Yeah, I mean, that is true. I'm like 99% sure I have not read any of Cecilia Ahern's more recent works, but I still kind of agree that I should at least, you know, listen to an audiobook or two again, because as I said, I did really enjoy them. Maybe I should request them on my Overdrive, because that will make sure that I will actually, you know, listen to them. But yeah, this is truly an author I think I have not really thought about since I made that video, and that is already a good reason as to why I'm rewatching this, because truly I enjoyed so many of her books and I just need to catch up and kind of just see how I feel about her work today, except for her YA dystopian. And number 4 is Melissa Braden, and I read First Position by her and really loved it. Like, it's one of my favorite books of last year, and I just found it so enjoyable. And Melissa Braden in general is known for her lesbian fiction, and I just want to pick up so many more of her books. Like, I think she has like 10 books published, and I want to check out more of them. I know there's one story in particular that I really want to read soon, because it's another one that's about like dancing, and kind of, I think the main character is in a dance company, something like that. But I also want to look at her other stuff and see which stories interest me, because I just want to read more lesbian fiction in general. So okay, so I still think I should check out more stuff by Melissa Braden, but this is not as urgent anymore because since then I found so many more other books that have some kind of female romance or some kind of queer female character in them. So I don't really feel like this is very urgent anymore. I just kind of reach for Melissa Braden because she is one of those authors that I just knew published, you know, so much or like exclusively sapphic fiction. So I think that's kind of why I included her. But I feel like this is kind of like, I still want to read that one book about dance, and I'm sure there's a couple of other books in there that interest me, but I just don't think that this is a topic anymore because I now know so many other authors or like even like publishers I could reach for, or just in general so many more books on my wish list, on my TBR, on my anticipated releases list that have some kind of sapphic main character or sapphic relationship. So I mean, it's still good that I included her in this, but that is definitely not something that I'm like really trying hard to catch up on now or anything. On number 3, we have Becky Albertalli, and I do have to say that she would probably be my number 1 if it wasn't for the fact that there's only one other book she has published. I read The Upside of Unrequited and absolutely... Wait. So that means at that point I had not yet read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda? Oh my god. Loved it. Oh my god, I still cannot stop thinking about it, and I want to read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda very, very soon. I mean, that one was on my wish list anyway, but now that I read her other book, I really want to get to that book as well. These are the only 2 books she has published so far, so it's not like there's this long list that I have to catch up on. It's just this one book that I really want to read by her, and I mean, obviously, whatever she writes next, I will check out as well, but, you know, that's not what this list is about. So I decided to put her on number 3, because while I want to read, like, so many more of her books, and she would be my number 1 if I'd look at that, when it comes to how many there are actually for me to read, it's just not a lot. So I thought I'd put her in the middle. Okay, so I have read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda just a couple of weeks ago after I filmed that, I'm pretty sure. And also since then, Leah on the Offbeat has been released, which I wasn't a really big fan of. I thought Leah was incredibly disappointing and I had really high hopes for it, and I still related to some of the things, but overall I was really not happy with the book. Simon I did love, as expected. And I also already have an arc of What If It's Us, the book that comes out in October that she wrote together with Adam Silvera. So, like, this is definitely successful. I'm on a good way. I'm currently caught up with all of her published works. I just feel a little bit bittersweet about it because, like, I was so looking forward to Leah on the Offbeat and really not a fan. Number 2, we have Patrick Ness. So far, I've only read A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, and interestingly enough... Okay, I'm making a face. I have since then read... what was the one called? The one about not the superheroes. The Rest of Us Just Live Here. I listened to the audiobook, and I did not like it at all. Oh my god. But Patrick Ness's books have been on my wish list for so long. I think More Than This is probably one of these books that has been on that wish list since I joined BookTube. So I feel like it's time that I finally read more of his stuff. As I said, More Than This is definitely on the top of the list. And then also the more recent one, what's it called? The one about not the chosen ones. Can you believe that back then and just now, both times I could not think of the title of this book and just described it as the one that's about not the superheroes and not the chosen ones? Wow. Genuinely can't think of the book right now. Shit, I almost had it. I cannot for the life of me think of this right now, and I just sat here for 2 minutes thinking about it. We all just live here. Something? I don't know, whatever. So yeah, these are kind of the top priority, but I know he has written quite a lot of books, so there's definitely a lot that I want to check out. Yeah, I'm not at all interested in reading any more books by Patrick Ness, which is another very interesting development and exactly why I love doing these reaction videos, because so far we had like all the range of things. So since then I have read The Rest of Us Just Live Here and I was not a fan at all. More Than This has like still a little bit of potential to get picked up by me. But anything else, like the newest release, which I'm pretty sure is called Release, is not, yeah, I haven't heard good things about it. So yeah, I I'm not reaching for reading any of these very soon. Like, I'm pretty sure even more than this I deleted off my wish list just a couple of months ago. So yeah, Patrick Ness, nope. Have to be Nina LaCour. So far I've only... Okay, so why did I think that Marcus Zusak was going to be on this list? Anyway, Nina LaCour, I was still right. And there's so many other books that I'm really, really interested in. Honestly, this is another author that I just kind of lost track of all the books, you know, she has published, but I'm not even sure if she herself is queer, but I know that I think basically in all of her books her main character is queer. Yeah, I'm like pretty sure I can like 99% confirm that she's also queer. There's quite a lot of books that I really want to read that she has published, and I really hope to dive into that soon. Yeah, so since then I have read We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, and I have read You Know Me Well, which is the book that she did together with David Levithan. And while I didn't love both of these books, you know, I did the thing. I caught up with her books, and I still think that she's like very much on the top of this list. Like, still today, I think she is someone that I will always kind of look for the new books she is releasing and still want to catch up with some of her other stuff. And yeah, so it makes me very happy that she is number one, not only because I still feel similar about her and that I want to read more from her, but also because she's the one that I actually ended up reading 2 books by since then. So that's successful. Honestly, I am impressed. This was a much better result than I had expected. Some of these authors I now know I don't want to read more from, so that's fine. But the authors that I'm still interested in, I have either caught up on their works or, you know, just read more from. So I'm impressed. I did really, really well, and I'm so glad that we reacted to this together. So now I want to know if there's any authors that you feel like you really kind of need to catch up on, or if maybe you had a goal to catch up on a couple of authors' works and you actually made it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!